Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, a place for geeks to come and geek out. As always, I'm PK.
I'm your friendly neighborhood Carlos.
And today we're going to...
Hello?
Be cool. Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Are you kidding me? Are you seriously shooting an episode right now? I just got home.
Well, I didn't know that you were...
I thought you said this was cool.
Who are you?
Your friendly neighborhood Carlos?
Well, you know what? You're here now.
That's what's important.
Oh, and you're dressed for the occasion. Come on,
Oh
scoot
my
over.
goodness, look at you!
Well, luckily for you, you dressed for the occasion. We're talking about the new Far From Home trailer.
Oh!
Isn't it exciting?
Like how awesome it is that they keep making more Spider-Man movies?
Absolutely.
Well, I read somewhere that we're in the golden age of Spider-Man.
I would agree.
Oh,
Well, with the video games, the movies, the TV shows.
Dude, I love your shirt, Carlos.
Thank you. I got the shoes to match, but
You can't see the shoes.
can't see the
I
shoes.
can, and they're glorious.
They match the shirt literally identically.
How long have you guys been here?
Few weeks? No, that's so...
I'd come down and bring him a water and some saltine crackers.
Have you shot other episodes?
I haven't been allowed to leave, so...
I'm gone 1 week, and what happens?
Well, our shots aren't straight. That's...
Well, guess that.
But I'm glad you're here.
What are we talking about? Spider-Man Far From Home?
Spider-Man
Yes.
Far From Home. And more so, the theories that we have that are going to come up. You know, Mysterio is a big kind of red herring almost, I think, to a lot of the Spider-Man fans. As you know, he made the announcement that he's from a different part of the multiverse.
Right. Like, Nick Fury said that the snap, spoilies for Endgame,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, hang on, real quick.
Like, total disclaimer.
It's all going to be spoilies, so just be ready.
opened up a hole in the multiverse, and that's what Mysterio is supposedly from. Emphasis on supposedly, you know where I feel about it.
Do we know, like, what Earth he's claiming to be from?
Earth 67. No, I don't know.
He said it,
I was
thought.
like, really?
Did he say it? I thought he made mention to it, but I might be wrong.
No, I don't think he made mention to it, but I don't know if it was, like, mentioned in, like, a...
But I know
interview or
I know it
something.
was mentioned that it's canon that we're Earth 616,
Yes.
which is the same.
Our Earth is...
Are you about to say what I think you're about to say?
It's the same as Jake Johnson. Is that his name?
Yeah, in the Spider-Verse, so Tom Holland and Jake Johnson are the same Spider-Man.
So the one that likes cheeseburgers gets a little overweight.
And he handled, like, all that heartbreak like a boss.
Oh, so cool!
Yeah.
I didn't know this! Where did you hear this?
Well, it was confirmed that both of them were Earth 616. So that means Tom Holland eventually becomes Jake Johnson.
Oh,
And it
so
goes through
sorry,
so
Tom
much-
Holland.
Right.
All the
Okay.
heartbreak
So my only issue
and
with
carbs
that,
coming your way.
I was about
my only
to
issue
say.
with that is either one, that means Zendaya's not the real MJ, or
Oh my god.
two,
Oh.
they're just
Yeah.
not going to talk about it.
I feel like with that kind of thing, they're just going to ignore it.
Let it be.
Probably.
That was some,
Zendaya.
that was an
Animated
what she
universe.
Well,
cinematic
Zendaya is
universe.
absolutely amazing, and I think she's gonna be really good as MJ. It was just something that like crossed my mind. I was like, how are you gonna play this one off? Just because you showed MJ,
Right.
and
No, Zendaya is great because the first movie, like halfway through, I said, holy crap, wait, is that Zendaya?
Like halfway through the movie?
For real!
well, yeah, I mean,
She just totally committed and they like de-makeuped her completely. And
she didn't look like her.
And she
She
doesn't
does,
act
but
like
she
her?
doesn't.
No.
Well, I watched
salute
her
you.
in like Disney shows growing up, so I guess that
No,
was,
I
like,
did
my
too,
own-
on Just
yeah?
Dance, right?
Yeah.
Was that-
Wait, was that it?
No,
No.
Shake It Up.
Shake
Shake
It
It
Up.
Up.
Just
Oh, yeah,
Dance.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that a video game?
Just Dance is a video game,
We
but that's
missed that.
okay.
It's all the same.
I watched them all.
It's like it's like Need for Speed and Fast and Furious. It's a cars go fast thing.
Okay, so it's the same universe. I feel like it's just like for poops and giggles the same universe, but Zendaya just really doesn't matter. So then what do you think about Mysterio?
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay, I think it's a red herring, 100%. I don't think he's from a different universe.
For those at home that have no idea what you mean by red herring,
Thank
You know,
you.
For all of you that
Thank
aren't
you.
75.
Sorry. So basically, I
Such
think
an old soul.
I think they're trying to mislead. So they're saying so that
Oh,
you
okay.
go into the movie thinking, oh, this is so you come in thinking this is the idea. He's from an alternate universe. So you come in with that mindset, and then you're gonna find out throughout the movie that was all a lie. I think with spoiler alert, the death of Tony Stark. There's they even mention it in the trailer that there's a giant hole that needs to be filled with the loss of that. And you also have to think Captain America's gone too. So there's a loss of two. I think Tony kind of plays the role, or Tony plays the role of Ben's Uncle Ben.
Okay, yeah.
In that sense. But the world needs a Tony Stark. I think Mysterio sees an opening and says, I could be the next hero. And I think he's going to go, if you've seen The Incredibles, he's going to go full Syndrome on it. And create villains and then beat the villains so he looks glorified and a hero and he can be the face and he thinks he can get the money and he's probably a tech guy, like, because I know in the actual comics he's like
a special effects.
Special effects.
It's all
So
tricks.
he might have, like, they might make him a little bit more glorified and say he's very intense with technology and say he's very good at, like, the tech side.
Well, he is smart. He's like master of illusion, and even in like the first Miles Morales comics, like he opened a teleportation to another dimension. So he is smart. He's not just with the illusion stuff, but
so, like, I'm going on the idea that he could be a scientist like Tony Stark, and he's thinking, I want to be the next one, but I don't want to go and fight things. I just want the money, the fame, the success.
Okay. So you don't think he's actually from another
I don't think he's actually from
another world?
I think that them mentioning the multiverse and not actually doing anything with it could potentially upset people.
There was a specific scene that the director and Tom Holland actually talked about that was going to upset a lot of people, that Tom even asked if it was okay to, like, film that. Because of all the hype the multiverse has, like, that would be the perfect, like, scenario just to, like, kill all that.
Yeah, because if people find out that the multiverse isn't being talked about, it's such a big part of Spider-Man's, like, canon.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, you have the Clone Wars, you
is Spider-Man.
You have all of, like, I mean, if you remember the 1990s cartoon, there was all of that going through with Ben Reilly and all of that.
And Madam Web is just at the center of it all.
The Spider-Verse is huge.
Yeah.
So the fact that they might be lying about it, I think, is going to upset fans, but I think it makes the most sense. So I don't think Mysterio's a good guy. I don't think Mysterio is from an alternate universe. I think he is a guy who's existed. And you guys, we rewatched it before recording this, and there was that mention of something about, like, people dying and, like, how hard that can be. That's something that Jake Gyllenhaal says.
Like, people die.
I'm wondering if that experience, like that traumatic experience of losing somebody, might have been the reason he decided he wanted to be a villain.
Oh, like Mysterio lost somebody, maybe with the snap or something.
Well, that would have brought them back. So I'm saying, like, before the snap and everything, or maybe maybe like they died during the snap, but for different reasons, and he thought maybe they would come back. That might be too extreme. I don't know if they're going to explain all of that, but I do think that the death is going to play into it. But the biggest thing for me is the entire thing is about filling Tony Stark's shoes, filling up the next Iron Man, and I just watched Homecoming again.
Beautiful movie.
And after the boat rips in half, he goes, I just wanted to be like you. And he goes, and I wanted you to be better. So this entire movie is talking about, are you going to fill those shoes? Are you going to be the next Iron Man? I think the movie is going to end with him saying, Tony never wanted me to be the next Iron Man. He wanted me to be better. Mm-hmm. I'm not Iron Man. I am Spider-Man. And then that's the end of the movie. Like
that would be real good. That would give me, like, a lot of
Spider-Man.
Like the same way that Tony in a press conference said, I am Iron Man. If he did the same thing and said, I am Spider-Man, and that was how the movie cut, that would bring us...
Oh, it came out like in, like, Civil War
in the comics?
And he was like...
Oh, I hope not.
I don't know.
I'm not ready for
I'm
that.
saying, like, to talk to, like, Nick Fury, like, in a conversation with him and Nick Fury, if he goes, I'm not Iron Man. I'm not Captain America. I'm Spider-Man. And then, snap, that's it. And then now we're into Phase 4, and that's the perfect lead-in for him to kind of be, yes, the new face of Marvel, but more importantly... He's not trying to be Iron Man. He's going to be Spider-Man.
I mean, he's even been, like, humble enough to step down even when Tony offered him the Iron Spider suit. And then
he part of the Avengers. He said, I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
He just wanted to... And then even in the trailer, he's like, I'm just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Right. Okay, before you go, because I'm sure that you know more than I do. He's a friendly neighborhood Carlos. Apparently, he's been at my house for a week. No, I think I agree with you at the end. I really think that that's, like, the moral nugget that everyone wants to take away. We're like, don't try to be the next somebody, be the next you. So I agree with you there, but I do disagree with the fact that the multiverse is not going to be a thing. Because I was watching another video on YouTube about the effects of the snap that it had on our world. Mm-hmm. And it was about there was no way that our reality came off scotch-free from having one snap, having the stones
Having it be
taken
ripped
from
up, yeah.
other dimensions.
Right,
another
Loki even
snap.
dipped out with the
Like,
with one of the stones.
we didn't just end up completely as we were, back to normal with no repercussions.
Right.
So
Right.
then and it was like directly after I watched that video, I think that same day, this newest trailer dropped, and it talked about a snap tore a hole in our worlds, and I was like, well, that guy had some inside scoop. And so that makes sense to me. Like, I can't even describe the science behind it all, but it just doesn't seem like it's too clean to say that we just like swept everything under the rug and we're all good now. And the fact, like, I think the fans are going to be steamed if they dangle multiverse and then just rip it away.
That's like a huge way to upset everybody.
Right, and one thing I think that you have in your favor of the multiverse is that I think there was the creator of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse actually tweeted out and said, like, big news coming, and it had like a picture of
Yeah, I think you were the one that showed me
okay.
that
Yes.
work.
I
Yeah.
missed that.
So that that just got announced, and it was like a little tweet.
That's
It was like a little
epic.
spoiler. So I think with them, that whole movie was about the Spider-Verse. So the fact that they had made mention to that and coming out, that's either they're going to announce that they're doing a Into the Spider-Verse 2, which I think they should, because that.
Oh, I mean,
They are. It's called Spider-Man Far From Home. But I'm with you with thinking that Jake Gyllenhaal is full of caca, and
Oh yeah.
he, like, the master of illusion. Mysterio is not a good guy. I'm sure he's coming with good morals. Like, he probably has something.
Every
he needs
villain
justice.
does.
Good villains do. You know, like humans. People don't do things until they think that it's best for them. It may not be best for the rest of the entire human race, but it's best for them. So I think he's going to feel justified, but I think it's completely created
Right,
out of
false
his illusions.
justification.
He created these monsters. Or they are like the true elementals, and he was hoping to make it look cool, like maybe he had some sort of deal with them, and he's like, listen, you can make me look like a hero, you can get what you want, I get what I want, and then it just gets
Falls
all
apart. Yeah.
And Spider-Man
That's
has
not-
to come save the day.
Like he always does.
Well,
That's all I got, though.
You stop. He's trying his best.
I missed it. What happened?
Oh,
On
he's
this side of the
being-
table.
nothing.
Being a hater.
Who you hating on? Who?
I was just
Spider-Man.
joking. Well, he said-
Get out of my house!
Thank you.
He said he always comes to save the day, and I was like, well.
You've overstayed your welcome for the last 3 weeks. Now please go back to Tyler.
No, my only thing
Thank
with-
you.
My only thing
How
with
long
that,
have you been here?
not that it's a point of the movie, but like in the Ultimate Comics, he dies.
Because he tried his best.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he died for it. So was it?
But
worth
he has
it?
no apologies for trying his best.
Right.
I mean, Aunt May wasn't super pleased.
No, she was crying,
she's-
holding him.
Well, then she slapped the crap out of Captain America.
No, yeah.
I remember that.
It's like one
It
of
was
the,
really hard to
one of the
read.
few people that can get away with that.
Well, they
not gonna
just killed
punch a
her.
woman.
They just killed her nephew, her son, really.
Yeah, when you think about it.
Anyway, back on track.
Sorry.
So,
I
neighborhood
apologize.
friendly,
Yeah,
Friendly
there you
neighborhood.
go.
Carlos friendly.
Can I just say
Stranger
I'm
to my
really
home.
jealous you guys have stuff to drink out of your like cool cups, and mine's just been like chilling here.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have got you a refill, but
No,
I
no,
didn't
no.
know you were down here.
That's true.
Where'd you get these drinks? You raided my fridge?
You
Is
said-
that why
Again,
my pantry's
I-
empty?
Hang on,
I
one
was
second.
told it was cool to be here.
You told me
Haven't been allowed to leave.
day one, please. Mi casa es su casa. Mi fridge is su fridge.
I met while I was home, and like, did you have a key? Did you break in?
Took a lockpicking course.
Anyways,
We
So-
shouldn't do this
what
in
is
front
your
of the
what is
family.
what is your theory?
Actually, you guys both kind of touched on it.
It was a very
With
Spider-Man pose you just did.
You guys both
Oh.
kind of touched on it.
And now pull him.
Spider-Man 2, yeah. No, but you were talking about how you think he's a phony, and I agree with you.
fat phony.
But there's like a lot of. I actually heard there's one theory about him being Sokovian and trying to that's where he got all of his technology from, like the rubble and things like that.
All the Ultrons.
All the Ultrons and things like that, and that's kind of where he knows his ins and outs. But that was
That's
like
a
a
good
small
theory.
one. That
I like
wasn't
that
one
one.
that was really expanded
Yeah.
on.
That'll be a way callback.
And then there was another theory I saw that now with us obtaining the X-Men and things like that, that the snaps kind of released so much gamma that that's what's going to be the introduction to like mutants into the MCU. So that they were also talking about like Hydro Man, kind of like in that aspect, or Absorbing Man and things like that. So I don't know like who the big Storm guy would be.
Oh, is it? They did say that every snap causes an immense amount of gamma radiation, which is the only reason that
The Hulk could survive.
The Hulk could survive that, yeah. So I don't know. It would, and then the multiverse, it would just expand with so much. I'm still waiting on my Tobey Maguire cameo.
But
so.
then here's the only problem I have with that is didn't they purchase the rights to X-Men and all that
Fox, yeah.
Fox after like this movie had already been made?
Yeah, but they'd also said that they had like plans and things like that embedded in like movies to kind of like help aid that introduction.
Okay.
And we don't know what those are. So
That's true.
Well, you know what's really interesting about that? I was just thinking about that. If that snap happens, that might be how they get the Fantastic Four into this too. If they happen to be in space during that, while they were working, like, because originally it's like, I think it's a solar flare that does it. Or no, it's like the cloud.
it's like a
that
solar
cloud.
storm. I think.
Yeah. But if they were to be out there and that gamma radiation were to be there and that solar hit, that could be how they get their abilities. Not that that matters. And Silver Surfer's technically coming first.
Is he?
Yes.
Confirmed?
Right.
They showed like their movie list coming out, and
But I've seen a few different ones though.
I hope Silver Surfer comes before Fantastic Four. At first I was the opposite way, but as I've been thinking, like, I think
Fantastic Four kind of like leads into Silver Surfer though.
it can. It doesn't. I think that's just.
Or Silver Surfer could lead into Fantastic Four.
That's true.
But I mean, he's got such a good story. But is it Galactus, Eater of Worlds?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's
so dope.
well. Silver Surfer is his right hand man, so it would make sense. That would be a good tie-in to bring Galactus in, and then they can be the big boss for the Fantastic Four.
He's a big bad though. That's not something you just want to swoop in.
I'm wondering if that's going to be the next, like, he's going to be the next big bad.
Well, when they were like speculating like post-credit scenes for Endgame before like anything had actually like released, saying that there wasn't any, there was one that I saw on YouTube that just had like a planet off in the distance, and then it was like stormy, and then you see just Galactus's like head in the shadow just start to like rise up.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't know if that's like real or fake, but then that could also be, you know,
I feel like a leak like that, like if that's like the end credits of Spider-Man, like that would be
like crazy
a huge
heavy
leak that would be tweeted everywhere.
Probably
Somebody created that in their Photoshop in their basement.
It was pretty good though.
You can do some crazy things.
You can.
So let us know what you think. What do you think is going to happen here in the Spider-Man Far From Home? Now we're getting more and more trailers. We're only like
Is it
July
July?
2nd. Yeah.
He's got a tattoo on his body.
2 months away.
No kidding. Just like
Every time
dates.
a Spider-Man movie comes out, you get a tattooed on your body.
Dude, that would be kind of cool. Like every time I see the movie.
No, I mean, like, just like have all the dates of it like on there, and then someone's like, "What is that?" I'm like,
Like every tattoo has a meaning in some form.
The ticket receipt number, just tattooed.
Or the barcode of the ticket that you had to scan.
I almost I remember when I went to see the first Spider-Man movie. No, maybe it was the second. I had these web shooter squirt guns that I got out of like a cereal box. And the other day, I literally almost impulse bought like a $40 like web shooter.
There's no shame in that. You should have done it.
And it has like a string with a magnet at the very end.
"Oh yeah, I saw the guy making the videos about it."
Was this like
so
online?
close. Yeah, like you
I
can buy
need
it.
the hookup.
I'll give you the link.
Thank you so much.
You shared the video on Facebook of that guy that did it and like grabbed it. And it was
Right,
in the middle.
but I share so many things within a
that's
given
probably
day
fair.
that it's
That's
so
true.
far
It's waiting
back.
in
like
some
he's worse than
cart
you.
somewhere that I haven't
I'm
clicked purchase because I'm like, okay, my wife would kill me. I don't need this on top of everything else.
Yeah,
So
she
what
wouldn't be too
I'm
happy.
doing is everybody better like this video and share it, so that way the more subscribers means the more.
Buy me a web shooter. It's
Um,
only one though for 40 or two for like 70.
Don't get paid for
Okay.
anything. He's not the cool.
I need nothing for Spider-Man. I would like Thor's hammer. I did
Which
decide
one
that
though,
Thor
Mjolnir or Stormbreaker?
I would want
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir because you don't need to be
So
worthy
classic.
to wield Stormbreaker. You need to be worthy to wield Mjolnir. One other theory. Sorry, before we go, this is something that somebody said at work, and I really liked it. Multiverse is real.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio is a good guy. Somewhere in the wreckage, he is going to lose his life, and the Mysterio of this Earth goes in and takes over, and then pretends to be that same guy.
Seems like a stretch.
Yeah, a little.
He has to exist on this Earth.
Well, I mean, of course, but
And if Mysterio is in good standing with some people, it could be a tear of, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy? And he could ride the success of Mysterio, who could heroically die.
I really would like that, actually.
that wouldn't be
would
be
be
a bad
super cool.
story arc.
So that was another theory that was thrown around. If you like that one, then you probably are the one that gave me that idea.
But please, blow up the comments below. If you like this video, please like this video. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so that you can geek out with us every single week. We geek out about video games, anime, movies, all kinds of fun stuff. And so if you need a place to geek out, consider us your home.
And Secret Door Games. Secret Door Games is a really good place to geek out.
Hey! If you don't know us, we might love Secret Door Games.
You get these cool shirts.
I do like that, actually.
But, as always, I'm PK.
I'm your friendly neighborhood Carlos.
And I'm Bowser, finally home.
You were far from home.
We've got a lot to discuss. That was good.
You keep geeking out.
That was...
I'll go home.